Hello. How's everybody doing today? Hello, hello, hello. Okay. Got myself muted. Sorry, I'm a few minutes, like 10 minutes. 10 minutes is a few minutes to me. Late getting on here. But we're here. We kind of had to switch up the times a little bit because the kids are out of school today. So, yeah, we had to do a little bit earlier. Hi, Anne. Hi, Rosemary. Hi, Marion. How's everybody doing? Okay, so we are going to do our normal card reading today. So get ready for that. Hi, Tasha. Hi, Kathy. You look beautiful. Love you too. Okay, we're going to do our normal. Hi, Sarah. Reading today, but I added a fourth card. So you're going to pick 1 through 4, okay? You get a bonus card because it's like a special day. It's the day before Thanksgiving. Woo woo! So we'll have 4 cards. And then I'm drawing special cards today for W. So if you have the initial W, hello, Barb. Barb, I wanted to tell you, Barb Hewlett, I love your the things that you share. I love your guides and vibes things that you share. They're so great. Anyways, I will be doing a reading for W today. So if you have a W initial first or last, Chris Weaver, that's for you. If the person that you are seeking the reading for or about, or whatever the situation may be, if W is anywhere in there, whether it be where you work, a location, possibly wanting to move to Wisconsin, I mean, anything like that, keep the W in mind, okay? All right. Okay, hello. You guys are so sweet. You always make me feel so special. Okay. Yes, 111. Perfect. Thank you, Marion. Okay, so here we go. 1 through 4, unless you have a W somewhere in your name. Okay. First or last initial. You will have special cards, so you don't need to pick 1 through 4, okay? Here we go. So this is card number 1, card number 2, card number 3, and card number 4. So I'm going to hold those up there for you guys for a little bit, and I'll keep telling you what they are because I know we have lots of people coming on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hi, Lola. Deborah. Hi, Deborah. Okay, first time. So Deborah, every Wednesday, usually around 2, but today we're doing it a little bit earlier for those of you that are new. I do a weekly card drawing, and you can pick cards 1, 2, 3, or 4. I have you use your intuition and just pick a card. Usually I like to tell you to base this on a question or something you're seeking guidance about, but sometimes we don't have that, and you would just pick a card and see what happens and see, how it resonates with you. I started doing a new thing recently, Deborah, where I'll use an initial and I'll pull special cards specifically just for the person with that initial. So this week's initial is W, okay? So one more time. 1, 2, 3, or 4. And what I kind of like to do, Deborah, and for anybody new that's also watching, lots of 4s. I like to let you ruminate on what you picked and give you kind of a down low of what's going on event-wise, and then I will give you the actual message from the card after we talk for a minute, okay? So one last time, we have 1, 2, 3, or 4. Okay. Okay. All right. And then, of course, we have our our special ones for our W's. Hello, Karen. Hello, Alicia. Hello, Dawn. Okay. So just real quick, we have the last show of the year in Chillicothe, Missouri this Saturday. And so we are like almost sold out. I think we have less than 10 tickets left to that event. So if you are anywhere near the Kansas City area and you are interested in coming to a show, this is going to be the closest near to you for quite some time, because I don't have anything set up for Kansas City yet. I don't have an additional Chillicothe event set up yet. And we're really booking into July, I think. So if you are trying, awesome, Karen, yay! Look forward to seeing there. Make sure you step up and say hi after the event. We will eventually be migrating more towards doing VIP events where you know, staying after and talking may cost you a little bit more, but you're also going to get a little bit more time as far as getting messages from Spirit. So that will go into play at some point, but we're not there yet. So my thought is take advantage of the time before that. Okay, so yes, less than 10 tickets left to Chillicothe. If you're considering going, make sure you get your tickets like meow. I did have a question for you guys, and so I would like for you to post. Oh, Karen, you're a newbie, and so I wanted to tell you I like for you to put the card number that you're picking into the comments. That way you kind of hold yourself accountable. Okay, so whatever card number, that's why you're seeing all the numbers pop up. If I just read your mind, let me know. Anyways, so I was concerned. I wasn't concerned, I'm interested if people are using TikTok on here, because I don't use TikTok. I don't even have a TikTok account, but I'm considering going over to TikTok. So if that's something that you're interested in, if you watch TikToks, if you enjoy them, I want to know, because I want to know if it's something I should be doing. Okay? All right. Okay, and one last thing before I give you your cards. Today is my mama Pat's birthday, so if everybody could please join me in wishing Pat Kearns a happy birthday, I would love that. Pat is an incredible, amazing woman. She's an artist and a former art teacher in Bowling Green and Hannibal, Missouri. And I have a neat little story to share with you today about how I met Pat before we go into the cards. So when I very first started doing mediumship, I was just starting to learn the difference between hearing spirit clairaudently, so as a medium would hear spirit, and hearing human voices. So there's a big difference, but in the beginning, I couldn't tell the difference. One night, I was in my kitchen, and I was heating up, I believe it was a cup of hot cocoa for myself. And my husband, Andrew, at the time, was in the other room watching TV, and it was just he and I up. Both the kids were asleep. And I was cooking this cocoa in the microwave, and I heard clear and loud as could be my name, Britney. And I thought it was Andrew, because this wasn't spirit. It wasn't the clairaudence that I was used to hearing, how I would hear it in my head. It was, I was hearing it like I thought Andrew said my name. So I walked into the next room and I said, yeah, what do you need? And he's like, what? I said, you just said my name. I heard you say my name when I was in the kitchen. And he said, no, I didn't say anything. And I just thought, wow, I'm really losing it. That was bizarre. I know that I heard somebody say my name, and I know that they said it loud, and I just couldn't wrap my mind around it. So I walk back into the other room, and I get my cocoa, and I sit down on the couch next to Andrew, and I pull up Facebook, and I saw on Facebook that Pat's son had passed. Now, I didn't know Pat. very well at that time because she was my husband at the time, Andrew. She was his art teacher. And they were relatively close at some point, and he really was inspired by her. And I had met her in passing a couple times. He'd be like, hey, this is the art teacher I was telling you about. And we would just say hello, and that was it. So as far as, knowing Pat, I had really no clue who she was personally. But when I'd sat down that night, after I had heard my name, and this was a male's voice, it was rather deep, and it was loud. So after I sat down with my Coco, after hearing someone yell my name, the first thing that pops up on Facebook is a notification, basically, that her son Thad had passed. And I knew in that moment that not only was it Thad, her son, that had said my name incredibly loud and made sure that I saw this on Facebook immediately after. I knew that he did this in spirit. I looked at Andrew and I said, I'm going to read her soon. I think that I'm going to read her one day. And he looked at me and he laughed. I don't think that he knew much about her spiritual preference or her journey or anything like that. And so he laughed at that. And I didn't know either. But I just knew in my hearts of hearts I was going to meet with Pat, and there was something deep and amazing that was going to come out of this. And I want to say it was like, I don't even remember. I know you're on here, Mama. Like 6 months later, 6 months after his passing, maybe it wasn't even that long. I don't know. But she did contact me. She reached out to me and she said, I would like to know more about your angel readings, because at the time that's what I called them, was angel readings. And I explained to her what I did, and she said, I think I would like to meet with you. And so that had come to fruition, and it was falling into place, and it was happening exactly how I thought it would. But what I didn't expect was that when she came, we sat down at my kitchen table, the table I'm sitting at right now, and the reading was so specific and so spot on, and the connection was so deep. And at one point I remember Thad making sure that I knew that this was supposed to happen, that he orchestrated this, and I was supposed to step into this woman's life. I don't necessarily know if that was to fill a void, because you can't fill that void, but I was supposed to be in her life as almost like a daughter. And from that point on, we have been incredibly close and very, we share a mother-daughter bond that I don't share with anybody else. So today is her birthday, and I just wanted to make sure that everybody knows and that everybody wishes her a happy birthday, because she's so unbelievably, incredibly special to me. And I learn from her. Every time I talk to her, I learn something amazing. And she's just so unbelievably special to me. So I just wanted to make sure that everybody else knew how special she was to me, and that today was her birthday. Okay, so here we go. Let's read those cards, all right? Today I'm going to start with the W first, all right? And then we'll go to the 1, 2, 3, 4s, okay? So if you have a W in your name or somewhere within your life that's important, I have pulled special cards for you, okay? Super interesting cards too. So first one is within the next week, okay? Within the next few weeks, you will either be getting what it is that you're curious about answered, or this is the time that you should wait, okay? But here's the other interesting thing. I pulled not one but 2 cards for you, because this second card flew out. I think that you're going to get your answer in the synchronicities that you begin to see, okay? So your guides are literally telling you, you want some sort of a guidance on what it is that you're asking us. We're giving you the signs. Look for the signs, okay? And then as far as a timeline goes with whatever it is. So let's say you are waiting for a family member to apologize to you. I don't know. Or you're waiting for an answer on whether or not you will get a loan, or if this car is supposed to be for you, or if someone's going to be coming into your life love-wise. They're giving you within the next few weeks, and start paying attention to the signs that we're giving you, okay? Anytime I get this card right here, the synchronicity card, it's kind of like a smack in the face. Like, we're trying to work with you and you are ignoring us. Everything's going over your head. So, yeah, if you're a W and you got those cards, start paying attention to the universe and the way that it's trying to communicate with you and your guides. Okay. All right, so card number one. Card number one is a deep one, okay? If you picked card number one, which I don't see anybody that's really picked card number one. See, okay, there we go. Teresa, I see a one there. All right, Barbara, pay attention if you picked number one, okay? This card is all about forgiving and learning through the process of negative, pent-up emotional baggage that was brought on more than likely from your parents. It could also be from a previous love experience, like maybe you were cheated on and you're taking that baggage over into your next relationship, and you don't understand why you're having problems in your relationship currently. Could also be you taking what someone is saying to you over and over again negatively, when really they're just trying to help you or assist you, or they don't mean any harm in what they're saying, but because somebody else said that to you, it's a trigger. Okay, so basically what you're being asked to do is release your past, heal those wounds, and then you'll be able to experience more love. You'll be able to experience things on a much deeper level. And I think this is probably like the number one thing you should always do when you leave a relationship, or you know, or you're aware that there's a wound there. The way that I like to explain this is, if you have a wound, and then let's say your wound is that you were cheated on, okay? And you don't deal with that. You don't do EFT, you don't do counseling, you don't do, hypnosis. You take no steps to heal how badly you were wounded. An infection grows out of that wound, just like a regular wound, right? And that infection will start to spread to every part of your life, okay? And it usually just affects certain triggers. If you were cheated on and your loved one, who is not cheating on you at all, okay, doesn't want you to have their phone, or is kind of annoyed by you just picking up your phone, that's a trigger for you. This person is not cheating on you, but you are being triggered by something that happened previously, more than likely. Same thing with, if you had a stepdad or stepmother that treated you like shit. You may be hesitant to move forward in a relationship that would give your children a step parent, okay? So if you kind of see where I'm going with this, that's what this card is all about. And so if you got number one, I want you to be aware of your deep emotional wounds and consider healing those so that you can experience love on a much deeper level, okay? All right. Number two, if you picked number two, you got wait. So I don't know what it is number twos are trying to do over here, but you are supposed to wait. Hold up and wait. Okay? All right. I just noticed that, and that's pretty cut and clear. I don't feel like I really need to interpret that much more. If you were considering a certain decision, or you're trying to, make some sort of big life choice, wait. Give it a little bit and wait. Anya, you just popped in, and I just pulled number two, and the card for that is wait. Okay? So hold up. I'm not very good at waiting. I'm like the least, my assistant will tell you. We've had this conversation. I am not a very patient person. I try so hard. I feel like I'm patient with other people. I'm not very patient with myself and getting things done. All right. Okay. So if you pick number 3, your card is all about the Ten of Summer, and it's all about basically leading a fulfilling life and being told that you are on the right path. Especially when I see this card, I think of children a lot of times. Am I doing what's right for my kids? Am I making the right decision for them? And this card comes up a lot. And I mean, I shuffle these suckers like you would not believe. But this card still keeps coming out. And so I think that it must be because somebody clearly needs to hear this message. And the message, simply put, is you are raising your children quite wisely. The only other thing that this card could mean, and it's very possible that that's exactly what it means because this is what was pulled to me in the beginning, is that you can trust the people within your life. So I don't know if you are thinking that maybe someone in your life isn't being honest with you. This card comes in as kind of like a beacon of light to let you know, hey, you can actually trust this person. Okay. So keep that in mind. All right. Last but not least, all of you, so many of you, number 4. Okay. And I never do 4 cards. I usually only ever do 3. And maybe that's why so many of you picked it. But number 4 is interesting. And it's something I'm not very good at doing. Unless I'm told to. So maybe you definitely need this message. It's one word. That's it. Okay? Surrender. So if you pick this card, more than likely, your guides are trying to get the message across to you that you need to just stop pushing so hard. And one of the instances that I kind of think is, trying to get pregnant. I struggled heavily with infertility. And the moment that I did surrender, the moment that I said, okay, I'm done, I'm giving this away. If it's supposed to happen, it will, but at this point, I don't even care. That was the moment that I got pregnant. And it seems like you've heard the term, a watched pot will never boil. A lot of times that's what happens. And surrender goes into manifestation. So maybe we're trying to, because it's like one of the biggest intricate parts to getting what we want and to manifesting what we want is to surrender. And a lot of people don't think about that. They think I got to hold so tightly onto what it is that I want. And that's totally not the case. But so surrender. Another instance that I could think of is, and I don't know why this keeps coming up. Maybe it's because we're at the holiday season and we're all getting ready to be with loved ones tomorrow, but waiting and waiting for that I'm sorry from a loved one that's still here and feeling like they owe you this apology and never getting it. Instead of holding on to that anger, try releasing it, surrender it, and see what happens, okay? Just surrender. Let into it. Allow whatever it is that's supposed to come, and stop pushing so hard, okay? I think that message is going to resonate with a lot of you, and I find it funny that more than half of you guys picked that. But, okay, so I'm going to get off of here. I love you guys so much. I had so much fun with you today. And every day, every week is just, it's so different. I don't know if you can tell, but my moods are sometimes different. And that's based on me doing readings before doing our session here. And today I didn't do any readings. So my energy is so much higher. And I have, people ask me all the time, after you're done doing a reading, are you completely depleted energy-wise? And you are absolutely correct. I am totally depleted energy-wise. But today, I didn't do any readings before our session, so I feel really good. Okay. All right. I'm going to let you guys go. You guys have a wonderful and safe, happy Thanksgiving. I love you so much. If you're considering doing a Chili Coffee Kansas City event, get on it because there's like 10 tickets left. All right. I love you guys. Bye-bye.